Y'all remember the man who alleges that Stefon Diggs essayed him? Well, now he's asking a judge to give him access to Stefon Diggs' financial information so that he can have proof that his allegations, in fact, hurt Stefon Diggs' reputation. If you don't recall, this is Christopher Blake Griffith, a man who alleged that Stefon Diggs drugged him, essayed him, and then subsequently tried to get him offed. He alleged that this incident took place during a night out and that it was non-consensual.
A court filing dropped this week that directly names Cardi B in Stefon Diggs' SA lawsuit, and not because she's being sued. The man accusing Diggs of spiking him, putting hands on him, and then allegedly trying to have him killed is now arguing in federal court that Diggs destroyed his own reputation, and that a major part of that destruction was his very public relationship with Cardi B. The filing says, and this is the actual language from the document, that Diggs very publicly started and ended a relationship with the musical artist Cardi B, with Diggs painted as a villain in the tabloid press. They're also citing the yacht video where he handed out an unidentified pink substance to women at a party, his materially declined NFL performance, and the fact that the New England Patriots cut him in March. And the reason this filing exists is because Diggs sued this man for defamation. And now that man's legal team is firing back, saying you don't get to claim emotional distress from my client's Instagram posts when your entire life was falling apart for a dozen other reasons, and Cardi B is Exhibit A. So now the woman who just had this man's baby, who just broke up with him, and who was spotted getting into his car 2 weeks ago after her concert in DC, that woman is now a named factor in a federal lawsuit involving allegations of SA assault, spiking, and attempted murder. And that's just the last 72 hours. Because when you zoom out and look at everything that's happened to Stefon Diggs in the last 12 months, it's genuinely one of the most dramatic collapses I've ever seen in professional sports. Let me start with the yacht video, because it's the domino that kicked everything else over. Memorial Day weekend, 2025, Diggs is on a yacht in Miami. Cardi B is on the same boat. There are women everywhere. And a 30-second clip goes viral showing Diggs opening a metal container, pulling out a small plastic bag of pink powder, and handing it to the women around him. You can hear him on camera saying, "Don't take all of it." The internet immediately identified the substance as pink party substance, also called pink powder, a synthetic party substance that typically contains some mix of Special K, Molly, and methamphetamine with pink dye added. Now, neither Diggs nor Cardi ever confirmed what it was, but the video is the video. He's on camera distributing a pink substance from a bag to women on a yacht. And he just signed a 3-year, $63.5 million contract with the New England Patriots 2 months earlier. That's the context. $63 million. And you're on a yacht handing out bags of pink powder on camera?
If you're the Patriots or the NFL, what can you do? You've got video of Stefon Diggs with an unidentified substance, one.
Yeah.
And then two, you don't have him doing anything with it.
Right.
And I'm not even trying to put up, I'm not trying to.
You said the same thing about Belichick. What rules did he break?
Right,
like,
but
you're right, though.
But I'm not trying to put a positive spin on it. I'm just saying, that. Like, just from the perspective of the league.
The Patriots handled it about as publicly as you'd expect. Head coach Mike Vrabel acknowledged they were aware of the video and said the message to all players is to make great decisions on and off the field.
Well, it's something that we're aware of, and obviously we want to make great decisions on and off the field. And we're hoping that with our time here on the field today, and that when we don't have a script and we're on the call-up periods, that we're making great decisions. And so the message will be the same for all our players, that we're trying to make great decisions, and any conversations that I've had with Stefon will remain between him and I and the club.
They launched an internal investigation. Diggs missed voluntary OTAs. And when he finally showed up to minicamp in June, a reporter asked him about it, and his answer was essentially, "I don't talk about my personal life with people I don't know."
I want to be as candid with you guys as possible. I kind of like have a thing where talk about my personal life with people I don't know personally. I'm pretty sure everybody here, men and women, are great people, but you know what I'm saying, I kind of keep my personal life personal. I had a conversation with Graves, obviously. I'm going to echo everything that he said. He told me, hoping everybody making good decisions.
That was it. Never addressed the substance. Never denied it. Never explained it. Just silence and a pivot. And while the yacht fallout was still fresh, the Griffith situation was building behind the scenes. Christopher Blake Griffith, a stylist and influencer with about 100,000 followers, who had worked as Diggs' style advisor since 2022, had filed a police report back in October 2024, alleging that something happened between them the previous year. According to Griffith's account, on May 21st, 2023. They both attended a charity basketball game in Washington, D.C., went to a club afterward, and ended up at Diggs's home in Rockville, Maryland. Diggs allegedly offered him something he called candy at the basketball game, and after consuming it, his pupils became extremely dilated. His skin started tingling, and he couldn't form complete sentences. At Diggs' home, he says, Diggs exposed himself and made a move on him. He locked himself in a bathroom for 45 minutes, and then he alleges he was forced to rehearse a false account of the night, was jumped, robbed, stripped, forced into a car, and dropped at Ronald Reagan National Airport. Griffith also alleges that 1 week later, he was jumped in his LA apartment building by a group that included Stefon's brother, Darez Diggs.
After they stomped my face in, after they grabbed me out the elevator by my ankles, robbed me, I'm actively in court right now, directly with Stefon Diggs, and I'm actively in court right now with the building. There's video of these guys walking directly in the front of the building, the front door, wide open. You're supposed to have a keypad in order for that to happen. I lived on a floor that requires exclusive access. If you live on the 16th floor, you can't access the 18th floor.
And this part is not just an allegation. Darez Diggs pleaded no contest to felony grand theft of a person in connection with that LA incident. He got 2 years probation and community service. That's a confirmed court outcome. And Griffith's wildest claim is that Diggs conspired to have him killed to suppress his sexuality from becoming public. On the Tasha K interview in September 2025, Griffith said the sexual past wasn't what frustrated him the most. What frustrated him was that Diggs allegedly tried to have him killed afterward when Griffith turned him down.
He attempted to have me unalived because of him making a sexual pass at me. It wasn't the sexual pass that frustrated me the most. What made me most frustrated was the fact that he tried to unalive me after it, when in reality, even though I was violated, I never thought that the next step would be my life being threatened because you got turned down. But it's that power complex of wanting what you want when you want it.
Diggs categorically denies everything. His version of that night is that they briefly crossed paths after the basketball game, ended up at his home with other guests, and Diggs went to his bedroom while his assistant asked Griffith to leave. His legal team says Griffith fabricated the entire thing for online clout and attention, and points out that Griffith waited 2 years to go public. In October 2025, Diggs sued Griffith for defamation. In November, Griffith countersued for civil S battery under Maryland law and civil conspiracy. And now in this week's filing, Griffith's legal team is trying to force Diggs to hand over his financial records. And that's the motion that dragged Cardi B's name into the documents. His attorney Jake Lebowitz said Diggs does not get to sue and hide. A hearing is set for July. Now let me layer in what was happening in Diggs' personal life during all of this, because the timeline is genuinely chaotic. He and Cardi went public around October 2024. Their first official appearance together was courtside at a Knicks playoff game in May 2025, same month as the yacht video. Cardi hard launched the relationship on Instagram. By July, they deleted the post and breakup rumors were circulating. In August, Cardi posted a Patek Philippe watch Stefon gave her to prove they were still together. In September, she announced on CBS Mornings with Gayle King that she was pregnant.
The latest rumor about you is that you are having a baby, and I want to know what, if anything, you want to share about that with the class.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefon Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How are you feeling about that? And that this will be baby number 4 for you, Cardi.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work.
And in that same month, a paternity lawsuit that had been filed months earlier by an Instagram model named Aileen Lopera became public. She'd been pregnant with Diggs's baby since late 2024. Cardi's response to the paternity news was iconic. She went on Instagram Live and said, "That's your baby daddy? That's my baby daddy too. Well, what now? I don't know. We'll figure it out." Lopera's daughter, Charlie, was born in April 2025. Diggs requested a DNA test in July, said he wasn't certain of paternity. By November, the test confirmed he was the father. That same month, Cardi gave birth to their son, her 4th child, her first with Diggs. So to be clear about where we are in the timeline at this point, by the end of 2025, Stefon Diggs had a $63 million contract, a yacht substance video, an active SA allegation, a confirmed paternity case, a newborn with Cardi B, and a felony charge coming. Because on December 2nd, 2025, his private chef, Mila Adams, alleges that Diggs choked out her at his home in Dedham, Massachusetts. Adams says the dispute started over roughly a month of unpaid wages. According to the police report, she said Diggs entered her bedroom to discuss the back pay, got angry, smacked her across the face, and then choked her with the crook of his elbow around her neck, cutting off her breathing. She told police she waited 2 weeks to report because she was afraid given his fame. Diggs was charged with felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery. He was arraigned in February 2026 at Dedham District Court, pleaded not guilty, and was released.
Some new court filings in the case against Patriots superstar Stefon Diggs. He did not say anything as he left court today, arraigned on assault and strangulation charges. His former personal chef accuses him of assaulting her in December over a dispute about her pay. Now, his attorney says Diggs will be exonerated. A not guilty plea was entered on his behalf. His attorneys, though, say a lot more in these court filings. They claim the victim has a financial ulterior motive and the information that she gave to police is false.
His attorney called the allegations unsubstantiated and said the timing makes it crystal clear this is an employee-employer financial dispute. Trial is set for May 4th, and here's the detail that drags Cardi back in. Adams reportedly told investigators that Diggs' girlfriend tried to step in during the incident, and that the girlfriend could be Cardi B or one of 2 other women. So Cardi may have been present for yet another one of these situations. By February 2026, Cardi and Stefon were done. A source told people that things got too heated and complicated, that Cardi is very no-nonsense, and the second she felt she couldn't trust him, she pulled back to focus on her kids, her music, and her tour. They unfollowed each other on Instagram. The Patriots lost the Super Bowl to Seattle, and in March, the Patriots released Diggs. As of right now, he's unsigned, no team has picked him up, and the $63 million contract is gone. And then on April 8th, 2 weeks ago, Stefon showed up at Cardi's Little Miss Drama tour stop at Capital One Arena in DC. He brought his mother and his brother Trevin. There's footage of them dancing together. During her performance, Cardi told the crowd she used to have a Maryland guy who used to put her on her back. Diggs is from Gaithersburg, Maryland, and then said she might get put on her back tonight. After the show, both went to a nightclub called Throw Social. Page 6 reported that Cardi walked over to Stefon's white sports car, talked to him, got in the passenger seat, and they drove off together. Neither has said a word about whether they're back on. And that's the thing that makes this court filing from this week so wild in context. Because Griffith's legal team is essentially arguing that Stefon Diggs' life was already in free fall before any Instagram posts between the Cardi relationship drama, the yacht video, the declining performance, and the Patriots cutting him. There were plenty of reasons for his emotional distress that have nothing to do with Griffith. They're using Cardi's name to undercut his entire defamation claim. And whether that legal strategy works or not, the fact that it's now in a federal court document means Cardi B is permanently part of the record in a case involving allegations of spiking, SA, and attempted murder. She didn't ask for that. She had a baby with this man, and now her name is being used to argue that his own choices destroyed him. On top of everything else, there's also a stolen Ferrari lawsuit filed in February 2026. A car concierge service claims Diggs falsely blamed them after a Ferrari was stolen during transport, tanking their business, and that the plaintiff had hands put on him at a Miami club by people close to Diggs, while his brother Trevon allegedly watched and didn't intervene. And a separate 2025 lawsuit from an ex-girlfriend alleging physical assault in 2024, which Diggs also denied. I want to be clear, Diggs has denied every allegation across the board. The Griffith case is being litigated, the chef case goes to trial in May, and none of this has been adjudicated. But the volume is the story. In roughly 12 months, this man went from a $63 million contract and a relationship with one of the biggest artists in the world to unemployed, facing a felony charge, named in a federal SA lawsuit, confirmed as the father of a child he tried to deny, and dragging the mother of his newest child into court documents. Cardi said during the good times that he made her feel safe and confident and strong. That was less than a year ago. And now his name is in a federal filing next to the words SA, pink crystalline substance, and materially declined, and so is hers.